let's get started. So I'm going to kind of invade your space here a little bit, Bruce. So Bruce brought it up already. If I've got my manufacturing plant staffed at full force, and they are in this category here, labor in my direct cost, then and let's just say that my the demand on my business, on my plant, is subsiding a bit. Okay, for whatever reason, we don't have to go why. We just have to, okay, so it's subsiding a bit, but I've got a fully staffed plant. So the one place that we look for improvement.
Reduced hours?
Well, you can. For me, I chalk it up to a bigger category called labor productivity.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to be called productivity. And then underneath this guy, productivity, that's probably right. There is staffing, which is hours, right? The other thing is just the basic, efficiencies that my workforce is running at.
But are we talking about if there's reduced demand, that's basically reduced sales. So there's less. So if you increase productivity, you're increasing your effectiveness output.
Well.
Okay.
No, you jumped on the equation. If I increase productivity, no matter what the demand on my business is, even if my plant is full, if I increase productivity by 10%, I can increase the demand on my plant for 10%, by 10%, which means what? It means at the same cost for labor, I'm churning out 10 more percent.
Right.
Okay, so either way, we're always looking at, certainly if the demand on my sales go down, then I'll make some adjustments along the way. But the thing about training and efficiencies and that kind of productivity improvement, number one, it immediately improves that, and it's forever. It's forever. I mean, why would we create some brand new, very effective efficiencies if we didn't want it to continue? So it's going to be there forever. So again, if I'm able to get more from my labor investment because I've improved efficiencies, training, etc., then I'm better off either way, whether my demand goes up or my demand goes down. If it goes down, then we often don't have a choice. We'll reduce our staffing. But at least with the staffing that we have left after any reduction, that staffing is more productive.
Right.
Other part.
But that also gets back to our 5 ways of increasing each one of those 5 ways 10%.
Yes.
So if we increase one of those 5 ways 10%, then we're increasing the demand a little bit, or 5 or 10%.
Okay, so labor efficiencies. Okay, then the next point, that's the productivity category, and we can think of a lot of other things. So, but just to keep this going, the next thing is material, and I think yield is a big issue. So, and you can invert yield to say scrap, right? And so material yield.
So get more out of a piece and less waste.
Much less waste. I'm coaching a business that's in the packaging business. And, we're just got started and we're exploring their numbers. And, I'm walking through the plant. And actually, I'll make this story a little bit more personal. When I was in the printed circuit board business, and copper foil is a very expensive raw material in our business. And I don't know, one day I'm walking behind one of my plants and I'm looking in the dumpster and I'm going, what the look at all this copper foil. What is it? What's this doing? What? And so I go talk to my plant manager. He says, well, that's from trim. When we have to cut the foil to then put into what's, building that laminate.
Yeah.
Enough with the technical stuff, but I went and I said, there's probably $1,000 worth of copper foil sitting in that garbage. Oh yeah. I said, how often does that fill up? Oh, every other day. Okay. So it's material yield. Number one, reduce scrap in any step that you have. And then number two, in the way you're designing product, if you're in manufacturing or assembly, we have to look at what your yield or scrap is. Big boost, big boost.
And in a service industry, it's rework for no pay.
Rework in any industry, good point, very good point. So material yield and rework. A killer in the trades businesses, whether you're in the siding, roofing, plumbing, not so much HVAC, but see, rework not only requires oftentimes more material, but it's clearly going to require labor, which you can't charge for it. There was a mistake made. So that's going to come out of, somebody's pocket. Only singles. Shoot. Anyway, so.
But can you actually, if you know you're going to have rework, because in our business, we have editing. And it's more of a subjective output. So we know the client's going to have some input into the next round of editing. So we either charge on an hourly basis of every hour we work, or else work it into a fixed overall cost. And so, okay, we estimate they're going to have 2 rounds of re-edits. And at that point, so that's worked into the original price before we even give them a quote.
Okay. Yes, fine. If there is, I'm not sure, I don't want to differ with you, Bruce, but I'm not sure that I would call editing, which is a pretty natural, fully accepted part of videography, at least 1 round, right? And we also know that when you're in the remodeling business, anything which deals with doing something in someone's home, much like videography too, is the client can change their mind. Really, like they'll see what the first cut is. And
I know I asked for yellow paint, but I think I want more of a beige paint.
And for a lot of folks in the trades business, a change order is a great opportunity because you got to reprice the change order. It came from the customer, from the client. But if it's my bad on poor execution, then that's all coming out of my pocket. If it's my bad, and that means landscaping is like that, which we've coached those before. Plumbing is like that. Definitely roofing and construction is like that. You get the drift. So rework is a killer. Now, how do you avoid the rework? Obvious old statement. You got to bid it right the first time, and then execute. First time quality.